Namanda, 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 namanda.
Good morning. Welcome to today's Shotsuki excuse me, monthly memorial service. My name is Michael Bailey, and I'll be your chairperson today. Reverend Fujimoto will read the names of those who have passed away in the month of January. Those observing the monthly memorial for loved ones, please come forward and offer incense.
Namanda, namanda.
Good morning. Yeah, very nice to begin our year, the first Sunday service for 2026, and it's our Shotsuki service. Beyond our usual members, we have some extras, families that come for the Shotsuki service and to acknowledge people, significant people they have lost in their families, and it's always appreciated to see additional groups, the Shotsuki groups that are able to join us. So please come up and offer incense during the reading of the names. Ago, Matao, Akinaga, Kosuzu, Arai, Mariko, Belle, Georgiana, Date, Seitaro, Endo, Michio, Fuji, Aso, Fujikawa, Haruko, Fujishima, Shige, Fukuda, Kasuke, Goto, Kazuo, Hamachi, Arajiro, Haramaki, Saburo, Hashimoto, Inokichi, Hirai, Yasoji, Hirotsuka, Yoshitaro, Honda, Patty Ann, Darlene, Ikeda, Ikegaki, Shima, Imazumi, Shigetoshi, Imazumi, Tetsujiro, Ishii, Infant, Iwamura, Yoshiko, Jelinek, Harriet, Karowaki, Seisen, Komiji, Sakuei, Kanda, Mitsugi, Kanzaki, Sen, Kato, Karen, Kato, Teiju, Kawahara, Masaru, Kawakami, Momoe, Kihara, Tomekichi, Kikugawa, Sadaichi, Kitashima, Yoshino, Koga, Toki, Komatsu, James, Komatsu, Shintaro, Kuge, Utsuru, Kumagai, Masakichi, Kumamoto, Kyo, Kuroki, Suzy, Kwan, Kazuko, Hideshima, Lu, Yongju, Maeda, James, Shunso, Maruyama, Hatsutaro, Maruyama, Samantha, Matsumoto, Mie, Matsumoto, Shoji, Matsushita, Jiu, Matsuzaki, Su, Maeda, Sentaro, Miyazaki, Jinkichi, Mori, Hisayo, Morikawa, Frank, Morikawa, Ida, Morino, Jean, Murakoshi, Keitaro, Naito, Shozen, 中井 Ronald S. 中村愛三郎、中村米夫、中野春江リリアン、中野インフィント、中野光雄、中曽二郎、中山花江、根本米、西田筆、西田宇一、野村静江、野村智次郎、則江智次郎、大型喜次郎、大川鶴江、大家ディック M、岡田明、岡田昇、パテル、良子、ライス、スージー、ロドリゲス・ベリーズ、フミコ、加藤、ロイ、斉藤、亀吉、佐藤、公子、関ヶ浜、千鶴子、柴田、小百合、新谷、晴美、新谷和夫、末安、清野、菅、節子、菅谷、久子、杉山、松太郎、杉山、治、杉山、茂樹、高田、房地、高木、町、高野、稲子、竹島、勲、田村達野、立山梅子、東金蘭、土屋和夫、梅根光子、和田長蔵、山上米一トム、山本清、山本義雄、山岡義子、山崎米子、山下喜太郎、矢野次郎、横山ラルフ、米倉毛陽、 These are the Shotsuki names for the month of January. If there are additions, corrections, please notify the office. Thank you.
We will now have Sambujo on pages 24 and 25, followed by the reading of Hyo Byakumon, the service purpose.
Byakumon, today on this occasion for the Shotsuki Service for the month of January, members of our temple families have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory of their beloved. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three homages. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Ho, Namu Amida Soul. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Please repeat the Nembutsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu.
We will now have Sutra chanting Amida Kyo on page 103.
Om sa shari mo ibu kokuno ibu sui no shou toju yu o ramo sui no on jingyo senju gaku joji kusan onze onsha kaiji nenjo nembutsu nembo nensho shishi shari yo ogu kokuno shoju nyoze kunoko shobon
Please stand for the Gatha Nembutsu I in the White Book on page 99, and remain standing for the reading of the three treasures on page 8 in the Purple Book.
Switch book.
Page 8. Three treasures, number 1. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Please be seated.
Now Reverend Fujimoto will give us a Dharma talk.
Okay, good morning again. As we have come to the end of 2025 and through the holidays, Thanksgiving time and all, lots of the fall fruits come in, and I've mentioned this a few times. People with kaki trees start bringing in kaki and share it with all the members, and there's bags and boxes of kaki out on the table. Mikan as well. People bring mikan, and sometimes I'm able to place things on the altar, and on the first we place the kagami mochi offerings rather than the usual rice offerings. We get mochi, and these are donated from the Oakland Buddhist Church when they do their mochitsuki, and Michael Endo reminds me, it's all our Bay District temples, if they would like to have some, no charge. So, okay, thank you very much. So very kind of them. And these offerings come, and when they do, I think of words in the Japanese culture, okage-sama de and mottai nai. And most of us have heard these words shared by maybe mom and dad, grandma, grandpa. These kind of words come, and we remember what they mean, or we can, because they hold a very reflecting a Buddhist worldview on each of this. So I'll ask you what your definition is of these. So first, please join me. Okage-sama de. No, I'm doing a reading. Quiet. Okage-sama de. I am given this opportunity to live completely in the shadows of the efforts of others. The accumulation of the past actions of others before me allow me this one chance at life. My work, family and friends, the food I enjoy, air and water is all a gift. Everything is received in the shadows of the efforts of others. Okage-sama de. Mottai nai. I am undeserving of such a gift. What a waste. Mottai nai. So in general, thank you. So in general, okage-sama, the word kage means shade or shadow, and the o before it is honorific. Sama is also honorific. So generally, it's describing this shade or shadow that protects us wherever we go. So when we say okage-sama de, we are moving throughout our lives under this shadow of protection. And this shadow is provided by others before me, but not only people, right? So we receive so many things. We receive this chance to live by our ancestors, grandma, grandpa, so many generations. If even one person's missing in that chain, we wouldn't be alive today. And so this kind of reflection of acknowledging, becoming aware of this infinite link, causes and conditions, so many allow us to live this life. So anybody else have a okage-sama de definition that when you explain it to someone that you say? What do you tell your grandson? Anything in particular? Yeah. Okay, but it has that type of sense. No volunteers today? Okay. when I go downstairs, you're all chatterbox, but now you're quiet, right? Okay. But I think it's nice to live in the shadows of the efforts of others, okay? So not only people, but everything, countless causes and conditions. So when we come to this service, the Shotsuki service, we come and honor people we have lost, mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, someone close to us, someone dear to us. But, you know, when we think about them, we're touched by so many memories. We think of them, memories, stories, encounters, adventures that we shared, all these things come back to our minds, right? So not only that person, but all these conditions that played out. Maybe we have a trip we took together, but not only I was with them, but everything about that trip might become more real then. Okay? So these conditions play out, became that moment, and they stay as a memory. Billions of causes and conditions creating every single moment. Okay? So we connect not just to the memory of one person, but we're connecting to this infinite here that we call Amida, connecting to Amida. Okay? Not only in memory, but in reality. We are seeing this interconnection that we are a part of right now. So this is the mind of Shotsuki, and this is the mind of Okage-sama de. Okay? So maybe an example, you have a son or daughter, and they find someone who is a fitting person for them to marry, and say, Okage-sama de. Okay, not just thinking of good for my child or something, but you know, so many things had to align just so for these people to be able to meet each other, to fall in love. Now they're going to get married. Okage-sama de. Maybe your mother's been ill, for example, and someone would ask, how is your mother? So Japanese, Okage-sama de, and it's talking about, mentioning all these events, causes and conditions. She's improving. She's still alive. She's doing okay, right? If you answered in English, it's, oh, she's doing better now, and she becomes a subject. But through Okage-sama de, this infinite reality is what we are acknowledging, not just a person, right? Our connection with this infinite. So even the words that we use is Okage-sama de, is connecting us to this greater reality, not just talking about mom, not just talking about me, my little world, right? So even there's limitations in this language, that language, and there are keys in some of these Buddhist words that hold a Buddhist worldview. So maybe it would be beneficial, helpful for when we recognize that part of this language, Okage-sama de or Mottai Nai, we come to recognize this mind of awareness. Awareness is allowed to be. Awareness is allowed to be. We find a space for awareness and appreciation in our lives, in our minds, wherever we go, whatever we deal with. Okay. So maybe a grandson is graduating from high school or college. Same thing. Okage-sama de. Okage-sama de might be all these endless teachers that he has had, authors, people who wrote books, classmates, all these sports coaches that he had, so many things to arrive at this day, right? Not Johnny's graduating today, oh, I'm so happy. He becomes a subject, but Okage-sama de, wow, right? This interconnected reality that we are appreciative of, grateful for. So I think Buddhism requires this degree of mindfulness and awareness. Okay? And so we don't want to just get pulled into English language. There are limitations, but when we are able to recognize and see this, then we have this deeper appreciation of what we are trying to convey here through the Buddhist teachings, through these words, through this Buddhist culture that we maintain here. Okay. So mottainai is another such a word. Sometimes people throwing things away. We have too many kaki, can't eat them all. Guess we got to throw them away. Mottainai, nobody got to enjoy them. So we throw them away. It's kind of the sense of wastefulness, not taking advantage, right? So Reverend Kono wrote a little story about his example of mottainai. Kono Sensei was a minister in Chicago, and he wrote, out in Chicago, very rare for him to get matsutake mushroom, right? So he had a member. So I just came back from Tacoma, and I brought these 5 matsutake mushroom. I want to give 2 of them to you. So you have this sensei. Maybe your wife can make matsutake soup or something. Okay. So thank you very much. So he gets the matsutake as a treasure, right? So he's so happy that he gets something so rare in Chicago that he got this. But not only within an hour later, someone else dropped by and said, Sensei, I have some matsutake mushroom for you. So now he says, wow, now he has abundance. And then the next day, someone came from the West Coast, Washington area. He brought some more. Sensei, matsutake. He gives them even more matsutake mushrooms. So he says abundance of matsutake mushrooms. And he had some guests from Japan. So we can cook these up and share this bounty with matsutake mushrooms. With these, especially from Japan, they will appreciate it very much too. So brought them out, sharing it. So they're so happy to have this. But one of the guests told him, Sensei, you get these matsutake mushroom because you're a Buddhist minister. Not everyone would get something like this, right? Sometimes, even this past week, I might go to somewhere, when I'm here, everyone knows, oh, Sensei, hi, nice to see you. I go somewhere else. Maybe it's not a Buddhist group. Maybe it's a Christian group. Maybe it's a different community. They don't know who I am. They don't care who I am. They don't care if I get a plate of food for dinner, right? I'm just some dude, right? But when I'm Sensei, oh, Sensei, here, have some of this, have some of this. So it's the same kind of thing happened. His guests told him, because you're a Buddhist minister, you get such a treasured gift, okay? No one else would get treated like that. The only reason you're able to get these gifts is because of Amida Buddha, right? So the guest told Sensei this, and Kono Sensei was kind of taken aback. He hadn't thought about it to that degree, right? At the temple, I'm representing Amida Buddha, the Dharma, the teachings. And so Sensei too, he gets these gifts because he's representing Amida, and he receives such a bounty of the matsutake mushroom. So he felt that ashamed that he thought, oh, just lucky me, right? But now he's humbled, right? That he's received. So he says, mottainai. The mushroom is mottainai, to be given to somebody as shallow as me, right? So this kind of thinking that we are brought to when we learn these words, like mottainai, okage-sama de, looking at all these infinite causes and conditions, and I am able to receive this. How mottainai, how unworthy I am, is what Kono Sensei was thinking. How shameful that I consider receiving gifts to be an ordinary occurrence, and I forget the deep indebtedness for what I receive. So in this sense, that mottainai is not just wasteful, throwing away the last piece of cake or something. Very deep recognition of all these events, causes and conditions, and it could be food, could be clothing, could be friendship, could be all of these things, and we take them for granted, or sometimes we can, right? Living with mom and dad, sometimes we're not so respectful. And then later when we lose them, so then you think more about it, right? So this is the Shotsuki sense of it, right? So with this deeper sense of appreciation and gratitude, we're able to think of, when we think of okage-sama de, mottai nai. So I have time. One other story. Okay, there's a sculptor in Japan. He wanted to become an apprentice sculptor and carve these wonderful images of the Buddha, learn how to carve the wood and create these sculptures. And he wanted to learn this. He went to the, most well-known, most respected artist who was carving such Buddhist sculptures at that time, and went to become an apprentice to learn with them. And soon after he came, the sensei told him, run over to the well and bring some fresh water for me to be able to drink. So he was very happy, honored to be able to do an errand for his teacher. So he ran over there with a bucket of water, and he's pumping the water, and he looks at it, and he dumps it out. He wants to get the best water, clean, very clean, cooler water comes out from the bottom, so pumps it. Finally, he gets a bucket of water that he's happy to provide to his sensei, brings it to the sensei, and sensei is watching him, Finally, he yells out, "Bakatare!" You fool, you idiot. Bakatare. And the student is shocked that he's getting yelled at. He's trying so hard to get this water, and he thought, well, maybe he's a great sculptor, but as a person, something's wrong with this teacher here, so he thought, I think I shouldn't be here. I can't respect a person like that. So first thing in the morning, I'm going to leave. So but before he could leave, the sensei, dressed in very formal attire, he stays sitting on his tatami mat in his room, calls him over, sit down. And so the student sat in front of him. The sensei told him, yesterday I scolded you, called you a fool, bakatare, and because of how you brought the water. So do you know why I did that? And the student said, no, I don't know. And so the teacher told him, you just pumped that water and threw it on the ground. You didn't save it. You didn't give it to the plants who need that water. You just wasted so many buckets of water just to find this right water, what you thought was the right water. So you're not, from what I could see, you're not qualified to be a sculptor. You're not ready. Your mind is not mature enough to be that wasteful, to be that uncaring, to waste water like that. So you can leave. So, he was going to leave, but now he's told, leave. So, no, wait a minute. So, it's please let me stay. Please let me stay. I could see my error now, and I can learn. I need to retrain myself, retrain my values. And so he was brought in again. He was able to stay. So, his sense, trying to do for his teacher, but unaware of this. Mottai nai, right? Wasting all this water. Okage-sama de, he didn't appreciate all the infinite causes and conditions that this water, throw it out. So he didn't have this deep awareness and appreciation. Okay, so I think each of these things, we are encouraged when we say Namu Amida Butsu, same as Okage-sama de, the shadow of infinite causes and conditions. The more we are aware of it, the more appreciative we are, right? We are told the Nembutsu teachings is to live a life of gratitude, but you can't have gratitude unless you are aware of all these things. So the deeper our awareness is, the deeper our gratitude is, right? And we are reminded of this. Who reminds us? Our relatives remind us. Coming here for Shotsuki service, they become our teachers. They are our bodhisattvas, right? They teach us these lessons of the Dharma, the lessons of Okage-sama-de, the lessons of Mottai Nai. Okay. Please join me in Gassho, and I'll read this again. Okage-sama-de, I am given this opportunity to live completely in the shadows of the efforts of others. The accumulation of the past actions of others before me allow me this one chance at life. My work, family and friends, the food I enjoy, air and water is all a gift. Everything is received in the shadows over my life. Okage-sama-de, Mottai Nai, I am undeserving of such a gift. What a waste. Mottai Nai. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namada. Namada. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your message. Please stand now for the Gatha, Namu Amida Butsu I, in the White Book on page 96. We would like to thank those that helped with the altar preparations and with the service. Reverend Dennis, Brian on YouTube. For the altar flowers, we'd like to thank Jackie, Dorothy, and Lenny. Also, Lenny as our organist, and to all those who brought refreshments for our service. Are there any newcomers or visitors today? No. Okay.
Wait.
Wait.
Please stand up.
Wait. Sorry, I didn't see. Hello. Can you introduce yourself, please? Welcome, Nick. Thank you for coming today. We have some announcements. Today, after the service, will be our BWA meeting. Next Sunday, on the 11th, we'll be having an All Beings Memorial Service with lay guest speaker Yumi, and birthday Sunday as well. On Sunday, the 18th, we will have family service and temple New Year's party and luncheon. On Sunday, January 25th, will be our family service and Ask Reverend Dennis. And also, as a general reminder, it is the new year, and our membership drive for 2026 is ongoing. Please remember to renew your membership or join if you have not joined. It really helps to support our temple. You can renew your membership via the website, through the form and the upaya, or you can ask some of the other members here. Please let us know if you have any questions. Are there any other announcements?
A reminder for the New Year's party, if you haven't RSVP'd, Gail's here today, so if you can let her know you're going to attend, and if you're going to do the prime rib or the vegetarian. Also, on February 28th is a Saturday, and we want everybody to save the date. We're going to have a chair yoga event in the social hall. That day it'll include lunch, kind of an all day, and it's easy. Everybody can do it. All ages are welcome. So please save the date. Thank you. February 28th.
Thank you for that. We would like to thank you all for attending today's service. Please come up and offer incense and join us for refreshments in the social hall.
And then, you know where to put it? No.